So we're here filming for a TV pilot, believe it or not, which is going to be kind of like a travel adventure photography type show, which I'll tell you more about later on in the video. We've had a long day. I started at 6 this morning. It's now 7:20 Icelandic time. There's flies everywhere, but I'll quickly show you what the crack is and what we're doing at this waterfall. So everything we shoot, absolutely everything, or as much as possible, is going to be 4K. So we've got GoPro Hero 4 Black, which does 4K, and we've got the Canon C300 Mark II, which is 4K, and that little Canon XC10, that's 4K as well. So we should be pretty sorted for resolution. One thing we can't control is the weather. So far so good, but I do believe rain is forecast. But we'll figure it out. Joe's doing some drone shots and it looks so good. Better than I could have imagined. It's good. I'd be terrified of losing the drone, but it's doing really well. Joe just crashed his drone.
Not having the...
There's a bit of it. We need to continue on with what we're doing, minus the drone shots.
We'll stay positive.
We need to let Lewis know we're okay, because he's probably watching us going, why are they climbing up that cliff? So sketchy. Ah! So we're down the hill safe, we've got the drone. I think it's time to move on to our first proper filming location, minus the drone. So you might be wondering how filming's going so far on day one of the TV pilot. Well, it started off okay. There was a bit of a delay with our car hire, and we were all a bit tired. We've had a long day. And then Joe went and crashed his drone after its maiden Icelandic voyage. And then the rains came, so it's absolutely chucking it down. And now there appears to be a road closure due to some sort of accident, which is really serious. Actually, it looks quite bad. So far it's not going too well. We haven't filmed much, we haven't photographed anything, and we can't even get to our destination, which is just on the other side of this hill, because they are clearing up the wreckage. So fingers crossed. It can only get better from here. I'd rather get all the bad stuff out of the way at the start anyway. Alright, day 2 of the landscape photography pilot episode. Yesterday was about as bad as it could have got. The weather, now I know you're not supposed to complain about the weather when doing these things, but the weather was so bad. It was like torrential rain. I'm talking like you couldn't get out of the car. It was like imagine getting a hose pipe and putting it on spray. It was like that. It was awful. We'd been up since 6 AM and we had like a 300-mile drive from the airport to our apartment, and we were going to film along the way. That was the plan, but there was a massive crash, so the road was closed, so we ended up sitting in traffic for well over an hour, which just killed any spare time we had. Through all of this I thought, well, at least we could go to the iceberg beach and, you know, film some icebergs. So we got to the iceberg beach, which was going to be location number 1, and there was no icebergs. I've never seen this before. Not a single iceberg on that beach. So and again, the weather was so bad. So it was an absolute disaster. We did film it, we filmed the whole thing. So the start of the pilot is quite dreary and, you know, somber. And I'm hoping that now the weather's going to improve, we're going to pick it up, we're going to increase the momentum, and hopefully have a much better day today. It's early in the morning, we'll forget yesterday, positive outlook, and we'll make things happen today. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, good news, good news. The drone is working. Joe has done a sterling job of fixing it. So the antenna was snapped off, which meant we couldn't receive the picture, and the motors were covered in dust. So he's cleaned the motors, taped up the antenna, proper bodge job, but it's worked a treat. Okay, another update with the filming. Things have improved weather-wise. I'm sorry this vlog's been a bit sporadic and there's not been much photography. It's really difficult because I'm concentrating on filming and photography and driving and producing and directing. I'm doing everything and vlogging. So this vlog might seem all over the place. I wanted to give you an update. We've now met Thor, who is our Icelandic guide. This is his big off-road vehicle, 4x4, which is fantastic because it gets us into the mountains. And this will be our accommodation for the next 3 days. Joe has just done a very successful drone flight. I have taken a lovely picture of the mountains, and by the way, I'm in Langmalalarga, which is amazing because the roads only opened yesterday, so it's really good timing. This is Thor, our Icelandic guide. He's gonna be with us for the next 3 days. I'm sure you'll see lots of him, but for now we really do need to get moving. This has been our home for the past few days, or past couple of days. Barbecue, double beds, fridge, power, really nice. And to have it in such a nice surrounding as this is fantastic. This all is because of our guide Thor. If you need to come to Iceland and do some photography, you need to contact this guy. I'll stick a link to his website. His photography is amazing, and he just knows everything about the area. This certainly wouldn't have been possible without him helping us get here. That's good stuff. I'd like to talk about this pilot. I'm sure there might be people who think, oh, how's this guy got a pilot? Who's paying for it? Who's commissioned this? Who does he know? What's he doing? What's someone said? Has someone called him? Does someone want this? No. Basically, the vlogs are going really well, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool? Why isn't there something like this on TV? And I don't mean me. I mean, I'd love to sit down and watch a TV show about landscape photography, you know, a bit of travel, bit of adventure, bit of TV, bit of landscape photography. So I thought, you know what if we made one? What if we made a pilot TV show and pitched it to a TV network? Not the pilot, but pitched the concept. And I got thinking, and I chatted with the lad I work with called Adam, and we decided it was worth a gamble, worth a punt. Now, I have never done a pilot TV show before, never filmed anything other than these vlogs and a few little bits and pieces for corporate, you know, the boring stuff, but nothing on this scale, and it's been a learning process. It's been really hard work. It might not even be that good because I've never made this before, so I don't know what I need to film, what don't I need to film. I'm thinking I'm covering all angles, but the whole thing, it just might not flow. I don't know. Literally, you are looking at someone with zero experience for filming, especially for television, this kind of thing. But then, if you don't do it, if you don't try, you know, you'll never ever succeed. No one's going to call me and say, hey Tom, why don't you come with us and we'll make a TV show, we'll make a pilot. It's never going to happen. If you want something, you've got to go and get it. So this is something I want and like the idea of, so I have to make it happen. No one else is going to do that for me. So that's what I'm doing here, just trying to make it happen. And do I know anybody in television? No, I'm just going to open the yellow pages and look up the BBC. Hello. I genuinely don't know anyone. So the first obstacle was making the pilot TV show. Now that obstacle is half over, so we've still got to get home and edit it. The next obstacle obstacle will be, who the hell do we call to show this pilot TV show and show the idea to someone? Who do we call? I don't know. If you're watching this and you know somebody who commissions TV shows or makes decisions about putting stuff on television, just send me an email, because seriously I haven't got a clue. That's when the real hard work will start, I imagine. The chances are no one will, you might not even ever see this show. I don't know, but it's worth a go. I'm really sorry if you're disappointed with this vlog, because I know there's been no photography and there hasn't even been that much filming, but I did want to try and somehow record something to do with this pilot TV show, which turned out to be a heck of a lot harder than I thought it would be, hence why this vlog is all over the place. So I do apologise for that. Anyway, we've got one more day left to celebrate the end of a good day, going for a dip in the geothermal hot spring. I'm in a place called Thorsmoke, which translates to Valley of Thor, and I think that's quite fitting because our guide is called Thor, and he's got to cross this river, and I don't think it looks all that safe, but he's pretty relaxed about it. Okay, so if you want a photographic adventure in Iceland and you want to come to remote, cool places like this, you need this guy. Oh, what about that sunset last night in the hot spring with that sunset? Now I know what you're all thinking, why didn't I take any pictures? Well, the truth is we've been filming all day and all night, and when I was in the hot spring it was probably about 2 in the morning or something, 3 in the morning. The camera was packed away, I was exhausted. You know what, it was just nice to sit, watch and enjoy it without the pressure of having to make an image. Now, look where I am today. Filming's done pretty much, so we're just having a bit of an explore and a bit of a look around. And check this out. See, this glacier is amazing, this whole area is fantastic, so I've decided that we are going to shoot a scene here for the film. The problem is, these rivers, they're really wide, not too difficult to cross, you get wet feet, that kind of thing, but carrying incredibly expensive camera gear that doesn't belong to us, we can't really risk going through a river. So I'm going to try and build a bridge using rocks so that Joe, our cameraman, can safely get across this stretch of river without risking damaging the camera. So, bit of hard work, but should be worth it in the end. The building a bridge idea might not work. I think the best thing will be to find a safe place to cross. So all the gear has made it across safely. We've got one drone and one Canon C300 Mark II. Actually don't really know what I'm going to do here. It's a stunning area and I'm quite confident there is definitely an image to be had. So Joe's going to roll the camera and I'm just going to take it from here, have a walk around, have a look around, see if I can find a composition. Just like I would when doing a normal vlog, apart from Joe's got the nice camera instead of me. And then if I find an image and I take an image and it's all well, we'll do some cutaway shots with the drone and make a sequence out of it. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, quick update. Found the composition, took the image, looks really nice. So the whole sequence is going to work really well. But we're going to do a final shot with Joe's drone that lifts up above my head looking down and revealing the landscapes, and that's going to look awesome. But I am worried it's going to start raining, so hopefully we should be able to get this done and get the final shot to finish the sequence. Very excited about this one. Right, I'm going to go in position then and trust Joe's judgment. I'm running to position for the final reveal of the landscape. 4K droneage. Very cool. I'm going to put you away so you're not in shot. So that's it, Iceland is done. I'm now going home, and it's been almost 24 hours without any sleep. A lot of driving, a lot of hard work, and I think it's been worth it. We'll have to wait and see.